Whoa, I really wasn't ready to push the live button. I didn't think I had pushed the live button. I was typing and it accidentally clicked it. Just means that I needed to be ready right then, whether I was ready or not. And it's kind of perfect because of all things, what was my title about? All I was doing was adding a hashtag. Hello, Miss Rhonda, all the way from Punta Cana. So here is what I have to tell you. Sometimes you just have to jump. You can't and aren't and are not ever going to have it all together. You're not going to have it all figured out. If I could tell you anything as I embark on a time in my life where normally I kind of get down, sometimes down in the dumps, but I'm not going to allow it to happen. Typically, my summers, I have watched myself slip into a state of depression because I don't have my kids a lot. And instead, this summer is going to be a whole lot different. And I'm going to tell you why. In the month of April, I embarked on my very first Unstoppable Influencer Challenge. No, that doesn't mean I'm required to do live videos, but I have been lost. And it takes a lot to say that. And I watched my friend Rhonda DeLauder for months, nearly a year. I had watched Rhonda transform her life right before people's eyes. I remember when she did a live video in the beginning of her journey, and she shared and she talked about it and she was nervous. And I remember watching and her saying, "Oh gosh, Amanda's on." And you guys, I had watched her do these challenges about finding herself and figuring things out, not for everybody else, but for herself, and going and growing outside of her comfort zone. And I have to tell you that it took me in April. I was a day late, and I had told her I was going to do it. But I hadn't gone on and paid my $47 and joined Unstoppable Influencer for the month of April. And so I started a day late, maybe 2 days, but I was perfect timing. And I've had a couple of people tell me, "Oh, well, I don't know that I'm ready for that." I'm going to tell you that if you're in the place that I was in, I was doing live videos and I was coming to you, and I've been publicly sharing my journey for years. Since Facebook Live was given to people, I got it before a lot of people. They kind of divvied it out in waves. But I had been videoing and doing recordings and editing and fixing them and then posting them. And then here comes Facebook Live. And I started doing Facebook Lives. But the reality is, and some of the truth comes from those closest to you, those who really know. Because my grandma, I will never forget when I had my boutique, which is really funny because my boutique's name was Discovering Me Boutique. Those who've only been friends with me the last year, you probably never knew that I had a boutique. But my lifelong passion is fashion. And I used to joke that once I had kids, that kind of went out the window because I didn't have the funds to be able to pursue that. But in the fall of 2016, I had the funds and I started an online boutique called Discovering Me Boutique. And I'm telling you this because I was laying on my couch having a conversation with my really good friend Shelly Gent, and it fell on me. She was talking about some other name for something she was gonna do, and it overcame me. Discovering Me. Even though it didn't really fit for a boutique, I knew that I was supposed to do it. And so I did. And then came January of 2017. Was it 17 that I started that? Yeah. So January of 2018, I apologize, I got really sick. And some of you who've ever watched a video of mine, you already know this, but I got sick with an intestinal infection and I was in bed. But I was financially strained and tied to that business. And so I would get up at 6 or 7 o'clock at night. I would get ready by just putting my shoes on and taking my kids to school in the morning, and then I would do the same and get ready enough to go, because I would get out and walk to get them. But I have to share something with you. It was in January when I got sick, and will never forget a couple weeks into being really sick, doing a live right here. This was where my boutique was. There wasn't a couch here then. And I will never forget my grandma coming and calling me, because she's in Sacramento, and my Nana saying, "You're sick and you're faking it. I could tell it in your eyes." And it was true. I was sick, and I was sick and tired of being sick and tired, having dealt with autoimmune. And when you're public on social media, you want to always be positive, because what you speak, you become. And therefore, I just faked it. But the reality was I wasn't being truthful. And so then I started with a health and wellness company. And 2 weeks in, I was, given a really big opportunity that was going to double or triple my pay with that company. But I was told that I could only do it if I wasn't doing anything else. Specifically, I had to quit my boutique. And I didn't want to tell anybody. So I sold everything off. And I had someone in California who bought all my excess inventory, or majority of it. And I sold everything really cheap just to get out from it. And I made amazing money last year. And then October came. And it was a 6-month window of double or triple money. And those things started to crumble. But the reality was, it's because I never did the work on me. I never looked at me and figured out what I wanted. And the reality was, October of last year is when I started to slip and fall down a rabbit hole. And I was lost. And I was not sure what I was supposed to do. And I kept watching my friend Rhonda, and I kept seeing all these people's success. And I decided on January 1st of this year that my journey was about me this year. It wasn't a New Year's resolution. It wasn't about getting to my goal weight. My 2019 was about me. And I actually didn't even start until February 1st. I set it in motion and said that I was going to work on me to get to the best place mentally, physically, emotionally, all the way around. And so, and you guys, I'm missing 2 nails. They fell off this weekend, and my nail appointment's not till Tuesday. But I knew that's what I wanted. And I started seeing someone in the middle of January, and I was self-motivated to join F45. And so my journey started with F45. And I was still using some of my company's products, and I still use some of them, but I realized until I could truly continue sharing anything or selling anything, I had to work on me. And I had to work deep, and I had to work and figure out what I wanted in life, and was that where I really wanted to be, and what is my passion. And it can't be what everybody thinks, and it can't be what everybody else expects from me, because my entire life I've done everything based on what other people think I should do, what other people expect from me, because I have told you all, I'm a recovering people pleaser, and I'm a recovering approval addict. So what would I do? I would go and do everything that everybody else said to do. So when I was given that opportunity to become, to go and make double and triple, but I was told I had to forego my boutique, I didn't even think 12 hours about it, you guys. I just sold everything. Within a week, I had sold everything and gotten out. And to think that I only had it a few months and I was making money. Because I've shared with some of you in the past, and if you've caught a previous live, you guys, I went to my parents, which I just saw my dad pop on, in the summer before my senior year of high school. I went to a program at FITM, the Fashion Institute of Design and Marketing in San Francisco, for a summer program. My grandma stayed with me in a hotel. And then I was back like 2 weeks, and I went to a 6 or 8 week program in LA at Otis College of Arts, and I studied textile design. My junior year of high school, I took an entire year's course at like a vocational that was about fashion merchandising. And I realized living as far as LA was too far at that point in time in my life from my parents. And so I only applied to 5 schools. I didn't want to have to write a big essay, so I applied to no UC schools. I applied to Sac State because it was the closest, to Sonoma State, San Jose State, to Chico State, and San Francisco State. And I got accepted to everywhere but Chico because their business program was impacted at the time. And I decided to go to San Jose State because I already had a job lined up with the Tomasis, who's my other family. And you guys, I went there. My degree's in business, but my concentration's in international business, and I have a minor in French and a minor in European studies. And my plan, before I fell in love, was to continue on a fashion route. Fast forward, we know where I am today. And this journey, 2019, is truly about me figuring out what makes me happy. What are the hobbies that I love? What are the things that I'm supposed to be doing with my life? Where is my direction? What is my voice? Because I recognize I have an audience, and it's time to truly ignite the fire. And the only way to do that is to continue to unbecome all the things that have always held me in, and to peel that onion back and figure out what the heck I'm really put on this earth to do. And that's gonna forever change. And I am so flippin' excited because tomorrow, I dropped the kids off tonight. Tomorrow starts 7 days kidless. I normally miss my kids so much that I just go to a dark place, but not this time. Because I had joined this month's Code Red Weight Loss Challenge because I knew that I needed to overcome my emotional eating. I lasted 6 days. And I quit because life threw some wrenches, and I realized I wasn't in the right mental place to continue. But that changes tomorrow. So tomorrow I go back on that. I'm working on my emotional eating course. I'm working on my home study. I start the next Unstoppable Influencer 21-day challenge. And if you guys are curious, I would love for you to join. If anything resonates, I got so many tools from the first 21-day challenge back in April that I promise you, if you feel lost even a little bit, or you feel like maybe you're supposed to be doing something else, or you're called to do something else, or maybe you're in the right business and you're so happy, but you're just having self-sabotaging tendencies, or you're up against a roadblock in your business, or up against a roadblock in your life, I would highly encourage you. I have a link I can send you. I would so recommend joining Unstoppable Influencer in this 21-day challenge. And I tell you that because somebody said, well, I think I want to do it, but I don't know that now's the right time. Sometimes in life, it's not about the timing. Sometimes you just need to jump. Sometimes we're called to do things and you just have to jump. And you just have to go do it. And you have to pursue the things that, not your mind or your heart, But what is your gut telling you? What are you getting chills because you're finally resonating with something that I've said? Because that's what it was for me. And now I am so thankful. I just got off the phone with someone and I said, I got so much out of the first Unstoppable Influencer Challenge. And I got the confidence to speak up for myself. I have a really good friend from California that I've met through business, Abby, and I sent her a message and she said, for the first time in the 18 months I've known you, I have never heard you, even in a text form, truly speak. And I knew that you were articulate and that you meant what you said. And it came from a really kind place, because I'm not faking it anymore. I'm not here to please everybody or get everybody's approval or do what someone expects for me in a business. I got to do what I have to do for me. And absolutely, Colleen, I'll send you some info as soon as I get off here. But I will tell you that this challenge, last time I scratched the surface, I recognized some of my ruts and my bricks that have been holding me back. But I am so excited that the first week of this challenge, I'm kidless. And I'm working on me and I'm digging myself deeper. And I'm so blessed because my first challenge, Rhonda DeLauder was my accountability coach. I paid a little extra, had an accountability coach, and she was who I got. And the very first call that I had with her, I hung up the phone and I realized God knew exactly what he was doing. Because had it not been someone I was comfortable with, I wouldn't have shared as much. And because Rhonda was my accountability coach, I got so much out of it. And I will never forget, and I have 2 friends doing it with me already, and I've told them both, get active in the group. It's a safe place. Go make connections, because these people are an amazing support system. I have never felt the love like I had in the first Unstoppable Influencer Challenge. And I'm here to tell you this. This time around, I got a new coach. And I know that it's perfect timing because I've let some walls down. And I'm ready to jump, and I'm ready to dig deeper. And I'm ready to get a little more clarity on the track that I'm supposed to be on. So I love you guys. And if you have heard anything that resonates with you, I will send you the link to the Unstoppable Influencer Challenge. It starts tomorrow. Don't just sit around and think about it. Jump in and do it. Because I'm telling you, my life is forever changed for the better. And big things are ahead. I may not know what they are yet, but big things are ahead. So I love you guys. Thank you. This is 26 of 100. And Rhonda, Krista, all of you guys, I love you from the bottom of my heart. Thank you for everything. Because without you guys, the support wouldn't be, this wouldn't be as sweet. Because I know that this summer, for the first time ever, I'm going to be in the best place in my life. So thank you for supporting me and helping me on this journey to become and unbecome the best me possible. Have a great night, you guys.